application does have to be made where one isn't in place for a premises licence, then it's in a prescribed form, so there's things you must put in the application itself. The authorities are going to be particularly keen on seeing what hours you wish to be able to sell alcohol by home delivery. I imagine it may well be 24-hour home delivery that somebody may want to do. It's important to note that the premises licence is obtained for the building where the alcohol or place the alcohol is actually stored. It's not obtained for where the order is taken for the alcohol. So it's not for the office where the phone call is made into the office for the alcohol order, or where the order is placed over the internet. The alcohol licence, the premises licence, is obtained for the building, the location where the alcohol is stored. There are a number of things that the authorities, particularly the police, the licensing authority, trading standards, and the authority which is responsible for protecting children from harm, are going to look for. The most important of those is to ensure that anybody under the age of 18 is not sold alcohol and is not delivered with alcohol. The supermarkets and the larger delivery companies who will deliver alcohol with food orders will also have a set of terms and conditions which the consumer placing the order will tick to confirm they've read and accept, and which will include statements to the effect that they are over the age of 18, and that if anybody who appears to be under the age of 18 when the alcohol is delivered answers the door to take the delivery, then they will be asked for identification, and if there's any doubt as to that person's age, then the alcohol will not be delivered to them. The authorities will look to the companies delivering the alcohol to adopt either what's called a Challenge 21 or a Challenge 25 system. In other words, any person appearing to be under the age of 21 or 25 who answers the door to take delivery of the alcohol will be asked to prove identification. And the authorities will also insist that there are certain forms of identification that are used, namely a passport, a photographic driving licence, a card bearing the pass hologram, or military identification. Without those identification, the authorities would expect that the alcohol delivery is refused. The authorities will also expect the drivers to keep a refusals log, so if they do refuse to deliver alcohol to an individual on the doorstep where an alcohol order is being placed, then a refusals log is completed. Some authorities will go a step further and will insist that they have a delivery log for all alcohol, whether or not it is delivered to the person on the doorstep or not. Finally, the licensing authority, the police, the trading standards officers and the agency protecting children from harm will also want to ensure that those persons delivering the alcohol to households are appropriately trained to ensure that they are not delivering alcohol to people who are drunk or to appear to be under the age of either 21 or 25, whichever is the standard adopted, without asking for the appropriate age verification checks. As well as obtaining a premises licence and a personal licence, and where relevant, getting approval from the Alcohol Wholesalers Registration Scheme, then those looking to sell alcohol should also consider whether or not their lease with the landlord permits them to store alcohol. So if you're looking to start this as a home business or just a side business from an office, does your lease permit you to store alcohol? You should also consider whether or not you have residential neighbours close to you, because if you do, then you might want to talk to them about your proposal rather than the first thing your neighbour's seeing is a notice upon the premises telling them that you're applying for a licence. Because the neighbours may be concerned about what hours you are doing deliveries from that address, the noise that any cars or bikes or other delivery vehicles may make, because you are applying for the licence where the alcohol is stored. If that is a home, a house, domestic dwelling, or if it's a business close to residence, there is always the potential of disturbance to those people living nearby.